everybody, welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to talk about all of my most anticipated releases from the month of July until September. Honestly, there wasn't like too many books to talk about this month, so I didn't even have to cut any books for the video not to be too long, because I only have 10 books to talk about. So let's get started. So on July 1st, Secret Project number 3 by Brandon Sanderson is going to be released. This was part of the Kickstarter, so if you pledged on there, you'll get it in July, and if not, you'll have to wait until the month of October. But I did pledge, so I was poor as hell afterwards. But I am going to get this book. So I don't know the title, I don't really know what it's about. I know it's going to be part of the Cosmere universe, and it's going to be told by Hoid, and something about saving the world in some capacity. That's all I know, that's all I want to know, because I kind of want to go into it sort of blind. But yeah, this is supposed to be published on July 1st, like I said. Look who came here to join us. Bubbles. Hi, you gonna say hi to the peeps? So the next book is Bellegarde by Jamie Lilac. This is supposed to be published on July 11th. Basically, we meet Evie. She works as a baker in her parents' bakery. She is trying to hone her sewing skills. She's not interested in any boys or, you know, getting married or anything like that. Okay, so this is a YA contemporary in a historical fashion, and yeah. We also meet Beau. He's sort of the playboy of Paris. He's also super wealthy because he's part of the Bellegarde family, and he's also very popular in the prestigious high school. But unfortunately, Beau actually needs Evie because his stepbrother has sort of put this bet for him that he will be able to turn the biggest wallflower into the winning Bellegarde bloom at the annual sort of court flowers ball, or he'll lose his entire fortune. So I'm guessing there's gonna be some drama when Evie finds out about that. But yeah, I'm all here for some drama. So July 11th. And then we have Dark Water Daughter by H.M. Long. This is supposed to be the first book in a new series called The Winter Sea. This is also supposed to be published on July 11th. I don't really know a lot about this book. It's supposed to be an adult fantasy book. There's supposed to be pirates. And that's all I need to know, because I love reading about pirates, and we do definitely not have enough pirate books, honestly. And then we have The Legend of Grey Hollow. This is a middle grade book by Summer Rachel Short, and this is basically a story about two siblings who must close the portal to a magical realm that inspired a lot of popular movie franchises before their own world is conquered by emerging foes. So adventure, possibly some creepy creatures, I don't know, I'm all here for it. And this is supposed to be published on July 18th. And this is The Deep Sky by Yumi Kitase, and this is supposed to be published on July 18th. This is a science fiction mystery thriller. There's a lot of sort of genres attached to this one. So basically follow survivors from Earth. They left Earth to save the humanity, but they'll end up having to save themselves first. This is basically the eve of the environmental collapse on Earth. This is the only single ship leaving Earth. They will have to give birth to a generation of new kids in space, basically. And there's only 80 elite graduates of a very competitive program on this ship, but in the end, it turns out maybe they cannot all trust each other. Maybe there's some weird shit going on the ship itself. And, you know, I'm all here for it. It sounds so good. And like I said, I'm definitely going to be buying this one. But this is out on July 8th. And then we have Immortal Longings by Chloe Gong. This is supposed to be a first book in a new series called Flesh and False Gods, and this is supposed to be an adult fantasy with sort of retelling aspects, because it's basically an epic fantasy inspired by Shakespeare, Antony and Cleopatra, which I have not read. So basically every year thousands in the kingdom of Talon will flock to its capital, Twin Cities, Sun-Air, where the palace hosts a set of games for those confident enough in their ability to jump between bodies competitors across Sun Air fight to death to win unimaginable riches. And Princess Kala Tulaimi lurks in hiding. 5 years ago, a massacre killed her parents and left the Palace of Air empty, and she's the one who did it. Before King Kaza's forces in Sun can catch her, she plans to finish the job and bring down the monarchy. Her reclusive uncle always greets the victor of the games, so if she wins, she gets the opportunity at last to kill him. So I definitely want to read a book from the point of view of a mass murderer, because that's not gruesome enough. But also her, you know, killing relatives. So yeah, this sounds really morbid and horrible, but I'm all here for it because I really like reading books from the bad guy's point of view. But yeah, maybe she'll be misunderstood in some way because that's the way they like to spin it, which I'm not that intrigued by, but we'll see how they do it. But this is supposed to be published on July 25th. Then we have Totally Psychic by Bridget Martin. This is another middle grade fantasy with like paranormal elements to it because there's supposed to be some ghosts and stuff. So basically this series is supposed to star a Cuban American tween medium navigating friends, family and ghosts. So we meet Paloma, and all of her relatives are sort of psychic. They all have the gift to talk to ghosts. And now that she herself is coming to her powers, she dreams of becoming this famous medium to the celebrities, just like her beloved grandma was. But she and her parents end up moving to Los Angeles from Miami, and she hatches a plan to get her career as a medium up and running. And she hosts seances at her school and stream on social media. You know, build a profile and make her name out of herself. But then she does this reading with a new friend of her, and it kind of puts her in a sticky situation. And she'll need more than a crystal ball to find her way out of this mess. So it sounds very dramatic, but it smells great and I love it. So this is supposed to be published on August 15th. And now we have The Chalice of Gods by Rick Riordan. This is supposed to be the 6th book in Percy Jackson and the Olympians, because apparently they're adding books to that series now, at least this one. So I'm not going to tell you guys what this book is about, since it's the 6th book in the series. So in the first book, we meet Percy Jackson, and he finds out that he is a demigod because his mother is human, but his father is actually a god. And that means that there's a lot of different monsters that wants to kill him because he's not supposed to exist because of an agreement between the gods. And you know, he has to repeatedly save the world, and I'm guessing that's what this book is going to be about as well. I really love Percy Jackson. I love like everything Rick Riordan has ever written, honestly. And I'm all here for this. And this is supposed to be published on September 26th. And then the very last book on this list is The Scarlet Veil by Shelby Mahurin, which is supposed to be the first book in a new series. This is called The Scarlet Veil, book 1. And this is supposed to be published on September 26th as well. And this is supposed to be a young adult fantasy with like vampires and other paranormal elements to it. So this is supposed to be a vampire romance set in the same world as her other bestseller Serpent and Dove series. I only read the first book in that series, but I did enjoy it, and I definitely should read the second one, especially if this is supposed to take place in the same world. So basically we follow Celie, and she has joined the ranks of the Chasseurs as their first huntswoman, and her fiancé Jean-Luc is their captain. She's determined to find her foothold in her new role and help protect Belterra. But whispers from her past still haunts her, and a new evil is rising, one that Celie herself must vanquish unless she falls prey to the darkness. Dun dun dun. So it's been a long time since I read a vampire book. I don't know if I'm still up for it, but I am intrigued, and I did really enjoy Serpent and Dove, so I have hopes for this one. Not like too high, but I have a little bit of expectations. But yeah, that was the last book of this list. Please let me know down below if you're interested in any of these books, or if you have some other book completely on your radar. But I'm really interested in these books, and I want to buy some books, but I'm trying to save money, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys have a good day or evening, and I hope to see each other in the next one. Bye!